Good afternoon. I'm Trista Keaton, and you're watching The Source. For today's Source, we have a story on the experiences of abroad students from DePauw regarding the cybersecurity incident. We also have a feature on the philosophy department and their recent budget adjustments. E-services and Moodle came back in the afternoon of Friday, November 10th, prompting students and professors to continue the semester as normal. However, these tools were only accessible if you were connected to the on-campus Wi-Fi. Course deadlines were pushed further to accommodate off-campus students who did not have access until Tuesday, November 14th. We talked with students abroad about their reactions to the breach.
I am a third year or junior, and I'm studying abroad in Copenhagen with DIS.
Okay, and how has DePauw explained to you the cybersecurity breach?
So I got the same emails as every other student. I heard first from my friends just through social media, but the email came pretty shortly after, so I was well informed about when it was going on. One concern I had, though, was I didn't really know how it impacted me off campus, because it's still kind of concerning when there's a cyber attack on everyone's personal information, regardless of if you're on campus or not. So yeah, I was kind of concerned about my security, because all of our personal information, financial information is in the database. So that was the one thing I was concerned about. Other than that, I think DePauw did a pretty good job at sending out emails and updates. Got my class registration done like 2 days before everything happened.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
I'm really lucky.
Yeah, okay. That's great.
It's sad, but I'm ready to be back on campus and have more of a routine.
What was $20,000 of allocated funds for events within the philosophy department were frozen following DePauw's strategic plan. The department was not estranged to the budget cuts and staff shortage amongst DePauw's campus, but we talked with Jeremy Anderson, recently appointed head of the philosophy department, about how budget cuts have affected their operations.
My name is Jeremy Anderson. I am chair of the Department of Philosophy here at DePauw. My position, strictly speaking, is assistant professor of philosophy, and I just started as chair this semester. And on the positive side, I am relieved that so far DePauw has not done some of the kind of draconian things that some other schools have done. I'm sorry, I don't have any examples off the top of my head, but on the news, I recall hearing some budgets, or some schools responding to their budget crises by cutting whole departments, whole programs, mass layoffs of faculty. Wow, I'm glad we're not doing that. There are some things here that are, I don't want to say draconian, but are worrisome, like proposed changes in the School of Music. I'm not sure how much of a done deal they are, but eliminating some degree programs there. Changes to the Honor Scholar program that were definitely generating some resistance among the faculty. One way that the administration has responded to the budget crisis is by hiring a lot less new faculty. So saving on personnel costs by letting attrition, as instead of layoffs, when people retire, we just won't replace them. If people leave, we won't replace them. And in the philosophy department, just by luck, that's been hard on us. We're down almost by half in terms of our personnel. So of course we are going to ask to be able to hire at least one new person. But our sense of whether we're going to get a yes to that, well, we're not very hopeful. It was a colleague of mine did some calculating of the pay increases faculty and staff have received here at DePauw over the last bunch of years, and pointed out that, well, it hasn't kept up with inflation. So in effect, in real terms, we've had sort of a steady gradual pay cut over a period of a long time. And of course, this hurts the lowest paid among us the most. So especially staff people. Last year, our our understanding was that that each department had sort of a pot of money that may have come from donors who designated money for the particular department, and we had $15,000 to $20,000. I forget the exact amount of money that we could use, not at our total discretion, but within university guidelines, and we could use for purposes like we had planned, and we have done in the past, a lecture series where we bring in people from off campus, especially career philosophy grads, in order to sort of give them a chance to show off their stuff and get feedback on their work, and also show our students, DePauw students, the sort of possibilities of a career in philosophy. So really a win-win there, when we'll be able to do things that sort of promote the department, enrich DePauw, and so on.
Yeah.
And we don't know when we'll be able to do that, and that kind of sucks. And losing faculty by attrition while spending a good deal of money on the 3 schools model, right? Putting a lot into remodeling Harrison Hall and setting up the School of Business and Leadership says something. Exactly what it says is not entirely clear. Lots of colleges and universities are feeling a crunch now, competing for a shrinking pool of incoming students, and shrinking educational funding from the government. So what are we going to do?
We now move into the War Room, a segment of The Source, with PAC student and researcher Jake Wood.
Thanks, Trista, and welcome to the War Room. For our first story, the country of Iceland is preparing for the possibility of a volcanic eruption as numerous earthquakes hit the island nation on Wednesday, November 11th. Iceland's meteorological office stated that approximately 800 earthquakes have been measured in the country since midnight local time. Additionally, reports of sulfur dioxide gas being released combined with visible fissures in the ground have led Icelandic authorities to conclude that a volcanic eruption is imminent. This conclusion led to the evacuation of the town of Gridavik, which sits around 3 kilometers from the predicted eruption site. For our next story, a fight almost broke out during a congressional hearing when United States Senator Markwayne Mullin challenged Sean O'Brien, a Teamsters union leader, to a fistfight on the floor. Senator Mullin referenced a tweet that O'Brien had made criticizing him during his questioning. The tweet, which included the line, quote, "You know anywhere to find me, any place, anytime, cowboy," was seen by Mullin as a challenge to a fistfight. Mullin then proceeded to ask O'Brien to fight him during the hearing, which O'Brien was about to oblige before Senator Bernie Sanders told Mullin to sit down. The video of this interaction has made its rounds on social media. See for yourself.
Like he's self-made. Sir, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company myself, and my wife was running the office, because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. You want to run your mouth, we can be 2 consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
For watching this episode of The Source, and be sure to follow us at D3TV on all socials to stay updated on the real news.